So, long story short, we noticed our clothes were coming out super wet, and they weren't getting spin dried. So at first, talked to some friends and try to troubleshoot what's going on. I flipped the washer and looked at the drive belt to the motor, and all that was intact. The motor was fine, and I was kind of lost at that point. But this is not my area of expertise, so I actually paid an appliance person just to come out and diagnose it, and of course give me a price on what's going on here. So they did the diagnostic through the knobs, which runs each part individually every single cycle. And then the one thing that he did to let me know that that's what he thought it was he put his hand in here and spun the agitator in the drum, and it actually moves inside the drum. It's not supposed to do that. So underneath this part is what they call the drive assembly hub. It's a piece of plastic like a sprocket with some splines in it. They consider that wear and tear. This is the new one, and I guess this is probably worn out under there. And yeah, at the parts store that I found myself, it was $8. Alright, these guys came out, charged me $50 to diagnose the problem, but they were gonna charge me $250 for the labor and everything. And I'm just like, fuck that. So let's get this shit off. And thanks to YouTube and a lot of videos, other YouTubers doing repairs, I know how to now do the diagnostic to clear the fault, and I know how to disassemble the agitator and put on the new drive assembly. So I'll show you what's going on here. So we got the drill flat. The bolt in the middle of the agitator is an 11mm socket. Got the new part. If you couldn't find a video on diagnostic, there's actually instructions with the new one saying how to do that. It's also got a hammer and some needle nose, because the old retaining clip from a couple of videos I saw, the guys were having a hard time taking it out, so they're pretty much banging it out of there. And let's just start it off. A little flathead to find the sweet spot. Pop this up. Pop. And then the 11mm for the bolt in the agitator. Now, this is where I was talking about where the agitator spins. So I actually had to hold the propeller to get this loose, and then I was able to do that. And once I get this off, there's gonna be that old assembly. So I'm using I'm hand untightening it now. Yeah, there's about 6 screws holding down that hub, and there's some drain slots that all the YouTubers were talking about, that a lot of like change and stuff goes in there, so like you might want to clean that out if it's dirty. But once you get the bolt off, you're gonna see all that. Big tip, you're gonna have to like wiggle this agitator out by the propellers. And big time thing that I saw these guys were talking about was make sure you got some tape to cover the drain holes so you don't drop your screws in there. So I'm gonna wiggle this bad boy out. Pause that. So I'm still in the same spot. This fucking thing won't come off. Why? Because the middle has splines that you're lining up the drive hub with, so it's fucking stuck on there. But I fucking love YouTube, man. So much help on there. My wife's gonna kill me, but I took some kebab sticks and made these like makeshift hooks. So I'm gonna do is put them in the holes, right? Those bad boys in there and fucking pull up on them. See if I can get them out like that. Try that. Alright. So the hooks is what's really gonna pull the agitator off, but it was stuck, and I'm not even bullshitting. I was pulling them for the last like 20 minutes and it still wouldn't come off. I can't stress enough how YouTubers are just, you know, evil geniuses with some ideas. And it literally took 2 minutes. A guy had put the greaser right up in the hole for the splines to just get cleaned out, I guess. And hold on a second. And within a few minutes, this fucking thing popped off. Yep. Now, there's the old drive hub. And the next step is to get out the retaining clip. And, man, I'll get these bolts out. And we should be good. We'll get back to it in a minute. So, you definitely gotta start cleaning, because I couldn't even see the screws without spraying a little bit more degreaser, and I'm definitely gonna scrape this off. While you have the agitator off, it's best to check the drain holes for shit like that. Coin, another coin. This was actually an issue with another video I seen where the water wouldn't come down all the way, and people were finding fucking coins in it. So I'm gonna fish those out too, and then I'll get to work on taking off the old drive hub. Alright, so I did a little cleanup, and like I mentioned before, there's these drain spots, and nothing to do with the drive hub. But while this is open, you should take the time to clean out what's going on in there, because I know you can hear it, because it's in there. That, I feel like I'm picking candy at work. That is a fucking nickel. So it might be like a ton of hair or whatever the fuck, but these are all clear now. Nothing to do with the thing, but that could be why your washer doesn't drain water so fast. But that's what I found in there. 35 cents. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to the next step. We're gonna get these bad boys off. But before I do that, like I said, these screws gotta come off. And this is why these guys are stressing about tape. So I'm going to tape off these drain holes and start to go to work. Okay, so it's the only tape I had, and it was old as shit, and it kept falling apart. So I decided not to use it, and I decided to put a towel there, because if I lose a screw, then at least it'll be in the towel right there. So I'm going to start to take out the screws. One. Shout out to the cameraman, Diego, doing good work out here. I'm gonna strip these bad boys. Out there on, they're pretty good though. So I just got a regular Phillips. I don't have a video editor, so I can't fast forward and sound like a chipmunk. Or maybe I can do that with the Snapchat or whatever, right, son? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll try that. I'm like, I'm tripping. I need to go sleep. Alright. So I also heard that the difficult parts was taking the agitator off and this clip. So hopefully it's not gonna be a big fucking deal. Oh shit, it is. Alright. And this is why they said have a hammer on you. Alright, so that clip, they said it's going to be tough to get out. So that's why they got the hammer. You can see it's taking the clip out. Almost there. There she blows. Right. Now, this assembly is all together. The whole thing. So this should just pop up. I'm gonna get it underneath it with the I got an angled chisel. And that's gonna do it. So these blinds are like super dirty. I'm gonna have to clean those up. Damn, this shit sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that on. Okay, get all the screws off, and here we go. So, if you look close, these are gone. See, it's flat. Ain't none left. And look at the new one. There it is. Nice. Right. Pause. So this shit is like a lot of fucking cleaning, man. I'm doing it. I'm cleaning off the splines right here. Alright. That clip going in last. Okay. Trying to get everything lined up the way it's supposed to be. Alright, here we go. We are going to line this bad boy up all the way up. I don't like fit on here. I have a feeling it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I got this. Alright, let's get that on there. I'll come back. So this thing had to line up like perfectly with the bottom splines. So there's a wider one there. And I had to have the screw holes open to get the other one in. So you don't want to tap it down unevenly, so I found a fucking cup that fit over it perfect. And I just kind of dropped the hammer down on it so it'll come down nice and easy. Nope. I saw in some other videos that it doesn't go in there easy.
Why are you talking to yourself?
It's a tutorial.
Oh.
I'm not crazy. And then the so why the towel? So that I don't drop the screws in the drain holes. Look, there was 35 cents in the pins in the drains at home. Now one of these holes are going to get covered because of the retaining clip. so worry yourself too much about that. Motherfucker, lost this motherfucking screw. So I'm gonna do this like a tire. I'm gonna go down on them a little bit and then kind of like hand tighten them. Come on this side. Right now the hub is not, it's not flush with the bottom plate. Alright, I got all the screws in place. You know, kind of just, everything's in there now. Alright, like I said, man, I'm gonna fucking sanitize the shit out of my hands after this. These stank ass clothes in here. Stank booty ass family. I'm just kidding. But yeah, man, there's a lot of fucking cleaning going on. Pardon the French, but it sucks. I'm still tripping about how much they were gonna fucking charge me, man. That's crazy. Here goes the clip. I had got that retainer clip on. The agitator slips like right over the top, over the other splines, and it was like super easy to put it back on, but it was a bitch to take off, you know. So here we go, putting that 11mm bolt back on, and then man, this is after this, it's the cap. It's the cap, and then the motherfucking then the calibration. So even if it's something like this that's not you know, it's not mechanical, or I should say electrical, you still have to do the calibration, and that's actually in the instructions that came with it. Put the cap on after I put the bolt, and then we'll go through the calibration and see what happens. So real quick, in the beginning, when the bad drive hub was in there, I was able to actually spin this agitator within the drum. It was moving around like a turntable, but now it has the new drive hub, and I'm moving the whole thing together. That's what was slipping. See, it's on there. All right, there it is. The new drive hub is in there. The inside spline's worn out, like flat, and it was six screws. The clip. The repair guy that came out this morning, he said it was gonna take him a half hour, well, because he's experienced, but I'm not, and I've probably been working on this for about I would say about an hour and a half. So next I'm gonna do the diagnostic and calibration, and hopefully it'll spin and spin dry. See what happens. All right. It was like a whole series of knob twisting to get into calibration mode, and now it's gonna go through each cycle to make sure everything's working. If something's wrong, then the lights will start blinking. But it's like an old school like Nintendo code. Up, up, down, down, left, right. You know what it is. So what I'm waiting for is the spin, because that's when the agitator was just like free spinning because of the drive hub. So that's gonna take about 4 minutes. Now I can hear the spin mode part. It actually sounds like normal, but we'll see what happens. So I went through the diagnostic. Everything is finished. This is actually a working wash load, and it's all good. 100% fixed. DIY.